Marco, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Just friends. All right, we're gonna get started, y'all. Here we go. Everybody will mute your mics. Give me 15 minutes to lay this thing out and we'll get started. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody who's just in the comments. This is just something funny, y'all. Didn't, this is just funny. It's just jokes. And Jasmine, you didn't even say anything. Wow, I just had to throw you up there because you had mentioned the word male and friend together. So I had to throw you in that little video clip. But just we're gonna be talking about some tonight. So I just thought that was a fun way to open it up. Rest in peace to Biz Marquis. Shout out to Regine. I saw you walking here, Jedi Master Regine. Just popped up on camera. Anyway, welcome to all the new members. Just a quick little introduction about what this group was about. We're about learning, teaching something new, encouragement toward better health, wealth, and relationships. I do this, we do this every time, so I'm trying to speed through it. We're not a singles group, we're a friends group, but because there's different expectations with the friends group than a singles group. I guess the goal of a singles group is to find someone and fall in love and all that stuff. The goal of a friends group is to find a friend and make some friends. And if you find somebody cool, we're about socializing with other positive people. We host online and in-person meetups. We have a lot of in-person meetups scheduled, so y'all go ahead and tap in. Simone, you want to say anything real quickly about some of the stuff we got going on?
Yeah, so we have a roller skating coming up here on Sunday, and then the weekend after that we have and we're going to take over the Beltline by biking through the Beltline. And then the weekend after that, we're taking a day trip to Emekalola Falls, which is a really nice waterfall event. And then the next one just got posted. These are 3 of the girls who are also in the group are leading that one. We're going to go to Andretti's.
There you go, y'all. So we got a lot of stuff, a lot of ways for y'all to plug in, to get social, make some friends. So make sure I'm learning about a lot of stuff too. When I see it pop up, I'm just, RSVPing like y'all. So it's so y'all tap in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be some good times. Let's see here. So we're a meetup group that's created for Black people, but we don't discriminate on others based on race, religion, or sexual orientation. A lot of these conversations online are geared toward heterosexual Black relationships and trying to bring those back together and improve those. But we don't really discriminate. Everybody's kind of welcome to the conversation. Everybody's welcome to our meetups, whether no matter what your stance is, really, as long as you just bring positive vibes. We don't discriminate. Just a quick little thing about our different levels of membership. Don't pay too much mind to this, but if you're a type of person who's into this sort of thing, this is just kind of what it is. As you interact with the group and you attend more and you participate more, you move up the Jedi ranks to become a Jedi Master. If you're new to the group, you start off as Force sensitive. Sith Lord, just somebody who's good at riling people up. It's just don't pay. That's just it's not mean they're bad people. It's just they're just good at riling people up. And we got a few Sith Lords. The only one that's real negative might just be a Sith Apprentice. It's just a person who's a frequent no-show to events. So if you RSVP, just go ahead and try to attend. Just helps whoever's organizing the event out. And that's not only for our meetup, it's for other meetups as well. It just helps them and gives them a good head count. Some context. Why are we having these relationship conversations online? To meet new people and see where they stand on important relationship issues, to learn more about the opposite sex. Shout out to D. She is kind of doing this right here with her comment when she says, can I get gentlemen share their opinion on why some women get friend zoned besides physical attraction? So she's here. She's asking the right kind of questions on the, part of the reason why we're having these conversations. So shout out to D. Always I'm gonna start to try to shout out people who kind of seem to be on mission with a lot of these online conversations. Main goal is to restore and encourage healthy Black relationships through engaging in conversation, to see more 2-parent households, more nuclear families. So that's the goal. That's the overall goal. That's kind of where my heart is with a lot of these conversations, no matter how ratchet they get, no matter how positive they get. Ultimately, look at Regine. Regine gave me the eyebrow. But the ultimate goal is for us to kind of move toward a more positive place, y'all. That's the goal here. I know sometimes it can get a little ruckus, but the ultimate goal is for to bring us back together. Just some history. Prior to the 1960s and 70s, we were the most married. Then something changed. These are some factors here on the right that may have caused some of the changes that sociologists and stuff theorize it caused a lot of changes. Question I always like to ask is there a gender war and was it planned?
The biggest thing that has troubled me about what I've heard is that it seems to me that Black people are not entirely interested in how can I say it, coming together and resolving their issues through consensus. And they're more interested in sustaining a long range conflict. Everybody has their positions and no one wants to consider the other side's point of view. We have separate agendas, we have separate perspectives, and it seems that what wins are, voices in the room who are really dedicated to keep and maintaining their positions and not compromising or seeking consensus.
Right.
And I think that's dangerous.
So I like that clip, that little audio clip, because it's real poignant to me. And she just said some things like, are we interested in coming together and resolving conflict through agreement to solve the marriage crisis in the Black community? As you can see, Black community, our marriage rates are lower than any other community. Or is it just, do we want to just argue, fight, and maintain strife and division and allow people who are unwilling to compromise to keep us apart? So I'm trying to come together and try to find some compromise to get some understanding. I hope that everybody else is, here is trying to do that as well. Marco, you let my folks into the room, man. I see some people waiting back there. Let me get Lee in here. Marco don't care about y'all. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So we'll get into it. So poll, we're gonna start off right into the poll. Question number 1 is, can men and women just be friends? And can men and women just be friends if there's a sexual attraction present? So we're going to launch this poll. Let's see here. And I'll show you all the results after the poll's finished. So here we go. Give you all about a minute to answer. So can they be friends? And can they be friends if there's sexual attraction present? I'll give y'all 15 more seconds, and I will show you the results. So y'all are more reasonable than I thought. Let me go ahead and end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me share the results. So as you can see, most people think that, yes, men and women can be friends. Only 15% don't think so. If there's sexual attraction present, then they think that it's not possible. So that goes to show me that people are willing to be friends with a lot of ugly people. So I guess that's the only way. I guess that's the only way that people want to kind of keep the friendship thing going here. But anyway, interesting results. So if there's sexual attraction present, then no, it ain't happening. But they can be friends. All right. Let's keep it pushing here. So now I thought about this conversation, and I think it's best that we first define what is a friend and what is friendship, because as many of y'all know, there's levels to friendship. So these are just when I went and looked on the line and I looked at different resources and stuff like that, this is just a conglomerate of all the thoughts that were out there on different levels of friendship. The base levels, there's acquaintances, and there we're talking about occasional contact, a very general knowledge of one another, and you talk about general knowledge with that person. Then you have the next step, which is casual friends. And in that, casual friends meet more frequently than acquaintances. It's seldom one-on-one, though. They share common interests and activities, and it's not an emotional connection. So I think we have a lot of casual friends here in this group where we come, we do meetups, semi-frequently, and we're kind of, we're getting to know each other. We're having some common interests and stuff like that. So that's casual friends. Close friends routinely meets or checks in. This could be like a phone call or something like that. You just don't have to meet them in person. But a close friend is like you have those frequent meetings or check-ins. You share special thoughts, feelings, dreams, and secrets. Emotionally connected, arouses strong feelings. And I don't want y'all to think about this romantically. This can also be, guys can be close. Guys are close friends a lot of times. So it's just not. I know that it sounds kind of really close and intimate, but that's kind of like it's platonic in the way it's spoke about here. Then the last level is intimate friends, committed to the development of each other's character, connected soul to soul, and there's a profound emotional connection. This is when we're talking about just those like lifelong bonds, lifelong friendships. The key word there being committed. That's where you're committed to another person. So those are the different levels. And just for the sake of this conversation, I think when we talk about friends here and these, with this whole conversation, primarily what we're talking about is, can men and women be close friends, is what we're kind of talking about. Because I think casual friends is just bound to happen just through life happening. You know, casual friends, it's easy to make casual friends. The thing we're talking about is, can men and women be close friends? Okay. And there you see, routinely meets or checks in. This is, you know, your guy friend or your girlfriend calls you about once a week, maybe a few times a week. Hey, how are you doing? You talk about things you don't just talk about a casual friend with. You talk about things that are more intimate, things that, you know, dreams, hopes, aspirations. So there we go. So we're talking about primarily about close friends. Just keep that in mind, everybody.
I mean, it's a blessing, true enough, but really, it was just me sitting down being honest. All of my friends are men. I don't have female friends. I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because, you know, come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because, look, okay, let's get rid of this myth right here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right here. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, yeah, we're friends. No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor, and trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity. Because we're
most
guys.
Men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way. And you tell this to a woman and it just blows her back. No, I have male friends. You have male friends because they know it can be nothing else right now. I tell you what, all your male friends, just ask them in a friendly way. If I wanted to date you, would you be okay with that? And watch the fireworks. Watch.
Okay, that was Steve Harvey. He was on a book tour on his, I think it's probably his most recent book, but this was a few years ago. And he had made the statement, as y'all can see here, that he doesn't think that men and women can be friends. And he puts a lot of the onus on men, and he gives his reasons there why. And I don't frequently agree with Steve Harvey, but this is an opinion, y'all. This is not the opinions of the group. This is Cardo's opinion. I actually agree with Steve Harvey here. Y'all can weigh in and agree or disagree a little later, but I largely agree with Steve Harvey here. And Steve Harvey's going to lead us into another poll here. And so the question is going to be a gender-based poll. So y'all don't answer both questions trying to mess up our poll results. We want accurate poll results. But first question is, men are going to ask, or men are answering, are women naive about the true motives of their male friends, like Steve said? Like, are women just naive to that? And the second question is going to be for women. Would your male friends pass the Steve Harvey test or the head test? So if you're, cover your ears, some of y'all who are prone to cut your pearls, but Steve Harvey said, ask your male friends if they would date you. But I want to go one step further and say, if you ask your male friends, would they receive fellatio from you? I'm getting a little graphic here, I'm sorry. But what would their answer be? If their answer would be yes or no, or what do you think their answer would be? So that's what the head test is. If your male friend, these guys that y'all are calling your male friends, if you say, hey, I'm lonely, let me give you some, let me top you off, I want you to answer what you think their answer would be, okay? Do you think most of your male friends, the people that y'all are describing as friends, would they pass or fail that test? So the second question is going to be for the ladies. The first question is for the men. Let me cue up this poll. Does everybody understand the poll, the questions that are presented? Don't skew it up. So men answer the first one, ladies answer the second one. Let's see. So it's going to be poll number 2, and we're launching it now. Is it launched? Oh, there we go. People are starting to answer. Guess it took a little second.
So the girls, we only answer one question. Y'all know I'm basic.
Yeah, the girls answer the second question. Girls answer the second. Brandy, I can tell she messed up my result. Girls answer the second question. Men answer the first question.
It won't let us answer the one question without answering the other question.
Daggone it.
Yay!
All right, so there you go.
I helped the poll.
Well, men, y'all just, dang. I guess men don't answer that second question. See, I'm glad.
The men can't do it either.
Oh, everybody has to answer both. Okay.
I don't mind thinking for my man.
All right, we'll give y'all 15 more seconds. I know this poll is a little confusing. And 5. Y'all are still answering. I guess y'all must have been really reading over this. All right, I'm gonna end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let me share the results. So let's see here. Are the majority of women naive? Yes, overwhelming majority believes that women are naive when it comes to the intentions of their male friends. And let's see here. And the majority of people in the chat, and we have majority women in here tonight, y'all. So this isn't it's pretty y'all are a lot more astute and keenly aware than I thought y'all were. I thought y'all were completely naive, but y'all are giving me hope. So there we go. So it's about 70% on that second question. Let's keep it going. This next one is a little sidebar. Like I said, we just got a lot of videos tonight here because this is like a lot of it's opinionated. This is Dame Dash on the Breakfast Club a few years ago. So let's listen to what he has to say. All right, y'all. So that was Dame Dash on the Breakfast Club a few years ago. He said some stuff there, and the more I mature, the more I age, the more this stuff he's talking about, I'm kind of listening to it, and I want to say I agree somewhat. It sounds like, because a lot of men are real competitive, and it's easier to form female friendships, I found. I don't know if that's saying something about me or saying something about the state of masculinity today or what have you, but I thought he said something. I thought it was an interesting take. So we're just going to lead us into another poll. Like I said, this is just a quick little sidebar talking about men with women friends, y'all. So let's see here. So first question is, should more men take the Dame Dash approach and increase the number of female friends in the inner circle? And second question, I wish it was gender-based, but I guess we can't do it. But as a woman, is it a red flag if a guy has women friends in his inner circle? I guess guys can answer this too. I wish there's a way we can do gender-based polls, because that's really what I'm really interested in. So let me launch this poll here, see what y'all think.
You're probably going to have to separate them. Like, send them out one at a time.
Smart. Who's that, Nika?
Yeah, that's me. I'm
Okay,
sorry, I'm eating, so I don't
Yeah.
want y'all all up in the plate.
All right, let's launch it. I'm gonna take that suggestion. I'm gonna do that next time. All right, poll is now launched. So should more men increase the number of women friends in their circle, because other guys tend to be more competitive and backstabbing and backbiting? Second question, is it a red flag if a man has a majority of female friends in his circle?
I don't like the first question. And the reason for it is my brother has 4 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So if he needs a sensitive approach, a female approach, he can ask one of his 4 sisters. So he doesn't need to take that approach. He's got a daughter.
There you go.
So I don't like that. That sounds weird to me.
So you don't agree with that? All right, I'm gonna end the poll in 5, 4. Why y'all take so long? I guess y'all really reading over these questions, because it take y'all a little while. Okay, I'm gonna end it in 5, 4. All right, I'm just ending it. I can't wait on y'all all day. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So a lot of people don't agree with Dame Dash's approach, and majority of people agree that it is a red flag. The people who don't agree it's a red flag is probably the guys. So it seems like women think it's a red flag overall, I would guess. So all right, let me stop sharing that. I shared it with everybody, yeah. All right, let me keep it going. So now we're going to talk about friend zones and the people we put in them. So last conversation, we talked a lot about modern dating, some of the pitfalls. These were some of the things that I talked about that I felt from a man's perspective. What were some of the pitfalls? I'm not going to get into it today, but I'm trying to give y'all some context. One of my solutions was to date intentionally. These are some things that we're saying, and then something else that happened during the course of that conversation. A whole different take on that. And I think that men should reverse the friend zone. Like, why are we letting, ladies, this is from a male perspective, I'm just trying to give the guys some game. Why are we letting women friend zone us? We should be friend zoning women. And then you select from your friend zone who you want to entertain and whatnot. Look at Marco grinning. For real, like, why are we friend zoning? Why are we allowing women to friend zone us? You need to be friend zoning women. Like, we're a lot of guys were playing defense. We need to be playing offense. Like, reverse the whole thing. Just like friend zoner first before you get friend zone. Because when you're When you're friend zone, you're operating from a position of weakness. So just put her in the friend zone first and then see if she's an asset, see if she's a liability.
Y'all will friend zone us and then y'all will still fuck us. So it's a whole different topic then.
Say that again, Brandy.
That point. Oh my God, I'm sorry. That's me. Friend zone females, y'all still fuck them.
Well, that's true.
Exactly.
Sorry to say it like that. Y'all still have intercourse.
That's true, but I'm talking.
When we friend zone somebody, it's like you're not even on the tablet. You're not even in my phone. You know what I mean? There's a big difference there.
All right, man. Oh, how trippy is it that Brandy, you cut off you interrupted yourself?
And I was about to say thank you. I agree with her. That was me though. She sent it to country.
How wild is that? You don't even recognize yourself. What be going on? I think Brandy.
I don't think I sound that country until I hear myself, and I'm like, oh, holy hell, that girl was from Alabama, but it's me.
Yep. But she made some interesting commentary, and actually, I have recommended in the last conversation that we friend zone people, that men friend zone women, and Brandy had brought up a good point, and I actually agree with it. So I have to backtrack. Like I said, y'all, I'm not, I'm just here figuring this stuff out myself, y'all, and trying to think about solutions. And so I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a dating expert. I don't pretend to be. I'm just trying to figure stuff out for myself. So I actually agree with Brandy there. And somebody in the comments today actually agreed, or he kind of made that point where he said, I believe men are generally friend zone and women are generally put in the F zone. For men in friend zone, the relationship lacks reciprocation of a deeper physical intimacy and romantic connection. For women, the F zone is a relationship or situation purely sexually motivated and excludes the exclusiveness of love and gestures, et cetera, at all. So he actually agreed with what we're saying there. So I kind of agree with that too, that I don't think that, I don't know if the friend zone is a healthy thing for a man to be out here actively practicing, because, knowing us and knowing our nature, what I mean? We know what the friend zone is about. So yeah, I'm retracting my statement about men putting women in the friend zone. If I'm going to make any statement here, just find women to make casual friends with, but don't do the friend zone thing, because we don't know how to do it right. Now we're going to talk more about lanes. So the question we're asking here is, why do people get friend zone? And the main answer, I think, is lanes. Last conversation, we talked about a woman's lane and a man's lane. So we're going to show you here what the different lanes were. And a lot of women, even after the conversation, were still confused about what their lanes was. So we're just going to go over really quick again. So on the left here, you see these are the things that make up a woman's lane. You have looks, character, and quality of life. And within each of those categories, there's things that kind of define it. This isn't an all-inclusive, but it's pretty generic and includes a lot of stuff. So that's a woman's lane. The combination of all of these is kind of more or less letting you know where your lane's at. And your lane's going to, for one guy, the lane that you're in, maybe it's a too low a lane. To another guy, it's a high lane for him. So it just depends. But that's how you kind of figure out your lane. Here at the top, it just talks about, I can't see it because it's blocked on mine because of Zoom, but men don't look at, we don't place a high value on career, income, education, although it's of some value, but we don't. Brandy, I'm telling you, we don't place a high.
That's bull crap. I have been chastised by so many men telling me you need to get a better paying job. And I, what the hell? Like, am I paying your bills? What do you need me to pay for you? But that has been one of my things that has really set me the F off.
That they want you to make more money.
And everybody I know don't even got their own shit, or they got kids and stuff. So I'm just like, why the hell are you coming at me like this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Woo, I don't know.
There you go. These are the man's lanes here: looks, money, resources, status, character, personality, game. That last one is a combination of all three. A lot of people I saw some people in the chat asking about game. What is game? Game is just really, it's your mouthpiece. It can be your swag. It's just a combination of those different factors. That's game. That's a man's game. So a lot of what's happening out here, I'm going to go to the next slide here. D. Marie asked. So D. Marie had asked in the comments, D's here tonight. She said, can a gentleman share their opinion on why women sometimes get friend zone? So for men, this is why we friend zone. I answered this question. A man can sometimes friend zone an attractive woman when she's not wifey material. That's just a summation of what I said. And Jay actually chimed in a few hours ago, and he said that when he no longer consider her as wifey candidate, it's usually something non-sexual. And check out what Jay had wrote here. Jay, I can tell he's pretty knowledgeable. He's not taking notes from me, but he said mindset, which is kind of what we talked about here. Then he talked about compatibility. He talked about another woman, lack of skill, lazy dater, which is what I talked about on the last slide. Lack of availability, right here where we see quality of life, y'all see availability. So he's not taking notes from me. So this is just more or less confirming a lot of reasons. So this is when we talk about why people are getting friend zone, it's because people are friend zoning people who are not, who they feel aren't in their particular lane. Women are friend zoned the minute they feel aren't in their lane, and men are doing it to women as well. So that's kind of more or less why it happened.
And these are for you, sweetums. And these are for what's her name?
Her name is Myra.
Yeah, well, you better write it on your face, because that's where I'll be looking all night.
Look, Steve, give the poor girl a chance. Who knows? You might even like her.
Ha! I'd be very surprised indeed.
Or if you're a 90s kid, you remember that show from the 90s, Family Matters. I could have played more, but just for the sake of time, a lot of y'all already know what that is. But anyway, the story of Steve, Urkle, and Myra. Myra was a kind of a nerdy woman, but she looked good, but she had affections for Steve. But Steve the whole time had affections for Laura, who was the lady he was speaking to in that video.
He should have stayed in his lane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should. Steve was wanting to date outside of his lane, and
would have been happy as hell.
Yeah, so anyway, Steve and Myra never ended up together, and Steve spent a lot of the show. I think him and Laura, they became a couple, but they never really flourished. You know what I mean? But anyway, so these are some different studies that were recently taken with CNN and I forget. Oh, this was from Business Insider on left, and it found that most people pursue people. This is men and women pursue other people outside of their lane. And says when it comes to online dating, a majority of men and women pursue partners who are out of their league, reaching out to people who are 25% more desirable than themselves, according to a new study.
Clout chasing.
How does that?
They're trying to fuck us so they feel better about their low ass self-esteem, which is lame as hell, which is why we are naive about the prospects that dudes are hitting us up for. That's a whole nother topic.
That is a whole nother topic. But, all right. So here,
I bet you ask every woman right now.
So Michael,
how many black men are your friends in your friend zone that will actually be your husbands, but you won't give them the time nor the day to even make them your husbands? And I land my mic there.
There we go. All right. So I shared that clip last time. That was of Michael because he just asked a real poignant question. And Michael's really a lot of motivation for this conversation tonight, that question he had asked. But we're gonna lead into another poll. And I think that's our last poll of the evening, y'all. Like I said, this a lot of stuff is opinion based, so there's not a lot of data and stuff to bring to y'all. But shout out to Paige. She left a comment. I appreciate Paige's honesty. And she said, this topic is very interesting. I have friends on many men in my life. Most of them have glowed up and had much success. The saying is very true that nice men and good guys finish last. Typically women realize this when it's too late. So I thought that was a pretty, look at Brandy not agreeing. I appreciated Paige's honesty.
No, I agree. And that's what I'm scared of because I friend zoned a lot of people. But the reason I friend zone people is because I'm not attracted to them. So I don't want to marry an ugly man and be like, okay, honey, I'll turn over for you. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't want to have to worry about that. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. All right. And then Paige said, I can only speak from experience and not saying it's right. But when I was younger, I personally was putting guys in a friend zone. And I did not view as tough. And typically those guys would be nice or have manners. And now she said, fast forward today, she kind of changed her stance on that. So I appreciate that honesty from Paige. And I wonder if I wonder if a lot of women will be that honest in the past and may have friend zoned some guys. So our question is going to be here. This is the last poll. It's going to be a single question. It says, is it possible that many of us, men and women, have friend zoned people that we probably should not have friend zoned and would have been good for us? So you can see here that the majority of us are trying to pursue people who are 25% more desirable. So are we pursuing people who are out of our lane and out of our league? Let me launch the poll here. And there's also another question. And it's just talking about what do y'all want the next conversation to be? Just some ideas. People send me a lot of suggestions for what they want to talk about. And this is just a combination. So let's see what y'all vote on that. So poll is now launched. We'll give y'all a minute or two. So is it possible that many of us have friend zone people who we probably should not have friend zone and they would have been good for us? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit longer to answer this poll because y'all got to read over the answers on that second question.
There's so many options here, and I'm still like on the sex. I'm sorry, I've been in friend zone for a long time.
I'll give y'all a few more seconds because people are reading over these answers, taking a little longer. Okay. I think it's almost unanimous on what the second conversation is going to be. Well, it's not unanimous, but pretty close. I think we know what it's going to be about. All right. I'm going to end it in, yeah, we got the majority of people answered. End it in 5, 4.
I think once we talk about our own personal experiences, we'll realize why we are in the situation that we're in currently in our dating situations with our sad ourselves.
And here are the results. So about 50-50 almost, but it's 55-45. Some people think that I put this person in the friend zone and they're in the friend zone for a reason. And they're, you know, I didn't miss out on anybody in the friend zone. But the majority of people are honest and saying, yeah, there's probably somebody I shouldn't have friend zone. They probably would have been good for me. All right, here. And then in terms of the second one, the do's and don'ts of dating is the majority. And I kind of like that one. So we might do that one. The next conversation we're going to have is going to be about a book review. Some of y'all, if you want to get on that conversation in 2 weeks, go ahead and order your book tonight or whatnot, because it's a little lengthy read. It's called Love and Respect.
Yay!
Are you reading it, Brandy? Did you get it?
No, I'm not, but I'll buy it on Amazon. But for the people who answered the poll, to the people who say that, yes, you know, you think you friend-zoned somebody you should date, would you date somebody ugly? I think that should have been the third question.
But then,
because I know that there was a physical reason why you friend-zoned them. It wasn't due to income. It wasn't due to their mama not liking you. It was because you were not attracted to them. And if it was due to manners or you thought they were soft and weak, that's lame, and I get that. But if you friend-zoned them strictly off of attractiveness, then you didn't mess up, and now you're a lonely female trying to just get married, and that's not where we should ever be at.
If you let go of them because of attractiveness, I think that you friend-zone them for the right reason.
Okay, thank you, Jesus.
Let me
Brandy,
hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me lay it out for everybody because there's new people. Let me just tell everybody. I want to get married too. Let me tell everybody how this works. So y'all want to respond. We talked about a lot of stuff here, and y'all can really weigh in on whatever we talked about. Let me just summarize. We talked about friend zones. Like, could we have put people in a friend zone that shouldn't have been in a friend zone? We talked about, is it possible for men and women to be just friends? Remember that question? That's what we started off first talking about. We also asked the question, are women naive about the intentions of their male friends? So that was the second question. And if you want to respond to any of those talking points or anything else that was discussed here tonight or anything related to the topic, there's a reaction button that you hit your hand. We go to people on camera first, and then we go to people off camera. And we try to go guy, girl, guy, girl, guy, girl. It looks like the ladies really want to weigh in on this. So I don't know what's going on here. I guess the guys are kind of chilling on it tonight. But that's what we got here tonight, y'all. So, and also, let's just be respectful of everyone's opinion. If you share, be prepared to have your questions asked about your position. But we're not going to attack anybody's character or anybody's personal situation. Somebody comes up here and says, you know, I have gonorrhea. You know, that don't say, oh my God, I don't want you. You got gonorrhea. No, just leave that alone. If somebody says,
let's not share that with other people either.
Right. But let's also not shame people, because people are trying to be, people want to be vulnerable and whatnot. Also, let me give y'all another example. This actually happened. A brother has said, I'm 5'3", and then audibly you can hear women laughing. So ladies had to turn their mic off to laugh at the brother's height. So it's happening both ways that we're observing here. So let's just all be respectful of each other. We're going to treat everybody like they're honored guests. And
look out for your neighbors. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So everybody here is an honored guest, but be prepared to have your positions questioned. Your positions being questioned we're not being hostile. We're not being chauvinistic. We're not being feminist. Nobody's doing any of that stuff. We're trying to get understanding, y'all. That's all we're trying to do here. So, okay, y'all are ready. Let me see here. Brandy's going to be up first. All right, let's get one of the guys. Let's see. Come on, one of you guys. I need y'all to raise y'all hands so we can do a mix.
But anyway, do first, and then I got some rebuttal.
Yeah, it's going to be Brandy, Nikki, Mika. All right, let me change the view here. All right, Brandy, what did you think? Talk about it.
Well, I loved Myra only because I'm a nerd, and I feel like when I get into relationships, like the people that I feel attracted to feel like they're not worthy of my love. So it's always like a fight for like, okay, what do I got to do to prove you? So I constantly feel like I'm in a Myra situation where it's like, what do I need to do to show you that I'm down for you? And at this point, I'll be like, F it. I don't want to show you a damn thing. And now I'm just in my room, in my apartment, not wanting to go the F out because I keep meeting a bunch of Urkles who don't want to give me the time of day. So that's kind of what burns my biscuits about the dating scene at this point is I feel like I'm a Myra in a bunch of Steve Urkles, and it's like, hell, I want to settle down, but as long as there's Laura's around, and I don't feel like these hoes is winning because of course Laura and Steve, I don't feel like was happy, but I mean, to each their own. It's really like a learning lesson. What do y'all think?
I mean, we kind of, so I mean, you're talking about your own personal experience there, because you say you feel like a Myra and, you know, so you feel like the Urkles aren't one of you?
Yeah, they're not. Like the people that I feel attracted to, like, and unfortunately, you know, I realized some things that I'm a really loving, caring soul. Because my parents are still together, I do overlook a lot of things that can be fixed with dedication and time. You know, debt's not an issue to me. I don't really have any, but I know how to get your debt under control. And unless you're not willing to have that conversation, then yeah, we don't need to have a conversation, period. But if you're over here conversating with me, making me feel like you want to get to know me better, asking me about my mom and my grandma and stuff, then, you know, that's misleading as fuck. And it's not fair to me, because I already done told you I'm looking for something serious. And here you are trying to talk me out my panties. That shit's not fucking fair. And I'm horny all the time. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Let me mute myself. It's a struggle being a Black single female in Atlanta. And I'm going to say that.
So we might get on the do's and don'ts of dating, because it sounded like you had some don'ts that were happening to you with those guys. So thank you, Brandy. We're going to go Nika, then we're going to get a guy. We're going to go Carlos, Mika, Bacchus, Keisha. There we go. All right. Thank you, Brandy.
I just wanted to like respond to Brandy's question. So with the guy that I placed in the friend zone, I placed him in the friend zone because I was in a relationship that I was not ready to leave. But what he offered me was something that I was lacking, and I was totally freaking attracted to him. All 6, 7. Yeah, like so that
you were in a relationship when you got to meet the new person that was like, I'll give you everything. Just be mine.
Well, I don't know if he was like, I will give you everything. It was more so like,
yeah. Go on. I'm excited, girl. Give me it.
But it was more so like that. And so what he offered me was like more so from a mental and like the affirmation side of things. Like it was, I just kind of remember like me and my guy like getting into an argument, and then that friend being like, you know what, I'm going to Bible study. I'm gonna pray for you tonight. Like it was like on that level.
Was he older than you?
One question. Hold on. Let me just ask something real fast.
I got questions for her. I want to interview her. Was he older than you, Nika?
He was younger than me.
He was younger than me. See what the come talk. Okay, I got hope. I got hope.
But that proves that you can't have real friends. Like,
damn it.
Old boy was,
let's hold on, y'all. We gotta move it quick. We got a lot of folks with their hands up, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Old boy wanted Nika.
Hey, Nika.
What you say, Keisha?
Hold on, y'all. But let me just say something real quick, y'all. With the friend zone, are we aware that a friend zone is when one person wants something more with one person and the other person doesn't? So Nika, you were willingly in that guy's friend zone and you stayed there?
She was already in a relationship.
Well, up into a certain amount of time. And so like once like I broke up with that person or whatever, then all the other stuff kind of poured over. And I actually just recently cut dude off because we had kind of moved to an intimate status or whatever, and we weren't like moving any further than that. And I don't know, like I had to let it go. Like I had to let the relationship go or whatever it is. I had to let it go.
Did you want more?
Hold on, did you let your boo go or you let the friend zone? You let the friend go?
I let him go altogether because I wanted to be more than just a friend to him. Yeah, like we this was the first time that we've both been single at the same time. And so it became irritating because I'm looking like, okay, you single, I'm single, like what's up? Like we obviously have great chemistry. Like you've been around my family, I've been around your
daddy and jump on the D. Oh.
All right, I thought Carlos put his hand down. I guess Carlos don't want to weigh in on me. Nika, do you have anything else you want to?
I'm thirsty, Nika, though, so ignore me.
You silly. Hit me on the whatever, DM me.
All right, y'all, let's let Mika go. Go ahead, Mika.
Oh, I just wanted to speak on the fact of saying that you can have a friend zone, but you're not, just because you're not attracted to someone doesn't necessarily mean they're ugly. That means you're not sexually attracted to them. So someone
I kind of made a broad general statement on that. That was my bad.
Okay.
Could mean a small penis. You're right.
Okay, because I have 2 good friends, and I'm also friends with their wife. But we've been friends for over like 15 years, like when we first relocated here to Georgia, and we would babysit for each other, but we considered a relationship many years ago, and then we never had any dealings. We never kissed. But they're still attractive men. I'm just not sexually attracted to them. We're just good friends, and I'm good friends with their wives either.
But that isn't to say they're ugly, like I had said.
Right.
Yeah, I was just speaking. I was just speaking off the cuff and just talking. I didn't really.
Mika's strong because I don't understand. I've never had anybody who's attractive, unless they burnt my damn biscuits, that I friend zone. You know what I mean?
All like my unless friends are both of them are very attractive. Their wives are very attractive, and we're just like really good friends. But we don't talk every day. You know, it's like more of a events.
Yeah, I have that too. I know what she's talking about.
Events, you know, like my son graduate, or a wedding, different things. But every friend that I had, I was also friends with their girlfriend or their wife. I respect
the hell out of you, girl. You better keep it going.
So
you got it.
See, I know.
I still want a man though.
You shouldn't have like friends that your mate couldn't also be friends with too. Then I think it's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I can be attracted. I can find somebody attractive, but not find them. I can find somebody attractive, but not find them sexually attractive. So I get completely what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's a different thing for me. Yeah, I was just talking junk. making a bad joke. All right, Bacchus, you're up. Bacchus got notes ready.
Yeah, I just want to hit on a few points of what we've gone through so far. All right, so Brandy, you say you friend zone dudes because they ugly. So if people friend zoning you, that means you ugly to them too. So you can't be.
No, it just means that men don't put all their eggs in a basket and they want a bunch of pussy. That's all that means. Men these days don't want monogamy. That's all that means. And they know I'm Christian, Baptist, Catholic at the very least. So no, they don't want me. I have values and morals, Bacchus.
It could be your energy, to be honest.
Right? But anyway, I was the bad guy if I said it. I'm glad Paul said it and not me, because that's why I shut the fuck up and just let you speak.
No offense.
The world. So anyway, can I go on? I just got a little bit, please, Brandy. Can I?
Yeah, Brain. Let these folks get their points out, but then you can respond. Let them finish their statement.
Nobody get nothing in, so I'm gonna have to speed read through this while she laughing over there. All right, cool. Sometimes, honestly, people could be friend zoned just because of how you met them. Did you meet them on a dating app and you just went out and you wasn't kicking it? Did you meet them through work and y'all just end up being cool and you might be something? There's many different ways people come into your life. It's not always the same. Like I've had one girl, I was a friend zone. She was considered one of the homies because she was one of the homies' sister that looked just like him. I couldn't see myself smashing her looking at my homeboy because they were very similar, like same mom and same dad. So one of the homies we hang out with, shoot the shit. For the first time ever, I actually co-signed with Steve Harvey. Like seriously, what he said about that, I 100% agree. I made a statement a comment basically saying guys don't have lady friends. We just have girls we ain't smashed yet. And that's a young man's mindset, but even growing up, usually it's like that. Any chick I have in a friend zone is several different reasons. But I usually don't keep a lot of female friends unless I've smashed or plan on smashing, or she brings me other girls to smash, which is usually how you end up staying my friend. To me, Myra was way cuter than the other chick. Like seriously, Steve was messing. I had a big crush on her. I ain't gonna lie. Stupid as hell, because one thing I do not do is take advice from women. They are always going to lead you astray. You ask a woman dating advice, she going to say everything that it is to help the woman that she don't even know. It could be your mama, your sister, your grandma. It ain't going to help you one bit. So I usually don't do that. And yeah, I think I pretty much got what I'm saying. But like I said, friends, associates, and then it's people you just know. You just really got to know how to put people in category. Not everybody you meet's your friend. Not everybody meets your associate. Not everybody needs to know any and everything about you and whatnot. Because some people just want to hang around you just to find out information for you to do you gutter or whatever the case may be. But that's all I got for now. I'm gonna let Brandon keep going on ranting like a damn squirrel on crack.
All right, there you go. So
y'all don't stop doing me like that. I feel like my points are valid, first of all. And that's all I'm gonna say right now. I heard you, Bacchus.
Of course you feel that way because they're your points. You're not going to feel like somebody else's points is valid. So let's go with facts in real life.
There we go. Miss Keisha is up. Keisha's up.
All right, y'all done said a mouthful. Actually, I agree with Bacchus. So I think that when you start dating someone, you kind of put them in buckets. So you either gonna want to be with them, you want to see if you want to have sex with them, or they may just have no chemistry and you just want to be their friend. I think when I was younger, I would friend zone people and be like, cut them off. No, I don't even want to talk to you. But as I got older, I actually like having male friends around. Now, would I allow them to be around when I have a man? No, because I know they want to smash. 80% of my male friends want to smash. Y'all ladies are crazy if you think that they don't, because you'll get a text and they be like, oh, hey, baby. Oh, hey, cutie. They flirting, so they want to smash. So, I think that you definitely have to. Huh?
I said, thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, I mean, so now that 20% that I'm getting that male advice from, or that I may talk about, but I'm not going to talk about my relationship with that 80% that I know wants to smash. Why? Because they have a whole point of view that is not going to be honest to me, right? Like, hey, okay, let's say I was engaged. They're going to be like, oh, he's not the one for you. Oh, really? Oh, really? What is the one? So I think that, I do think that we can be friends, though. I think women and men can be friends. I did want to comment on Nika because that was some good conversation at first. But you liked old boy and you was in a relationship. Hence of why you can't have people who you friend zone while you're in a relationship. Because see, you was thinking about, hey, when I get out that relationship, he's a possible. Right. Hence of why you shouldn't have friends like that when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking about that situation. It's a lot going on there. Like, because you got friend zoned by the guy because you initially wanted to be with him. He friend zoned you. Then you got with another guy, but you were still in this other guy's friend zone. It can get really, really hairy. I don't believe in, for men and for women, I don't believe in hanging out in people's friend zone. If, they just weren't that you wanted something more. I think Ron has said in the comments, you wanted something and they weren't really feeling you for whatever reason, just move on. Don't hang out.
Talking about your relationship with somebody put in the friend zone, because as soon as you're vulnerable, they're gonna sweep in and dive in like Trey Songz, and then you're really screwed if you want to get back with old dude.
But Brandy,
we did not initially.
Go on, one of y'all, come on now with it.
Well, we didn't initially like just jump into that. Like it was legit. Like
did y'all ever though? Because that's why I'm like, you should have tried it out.
She did want to try it out.
Well, it was
on her.
And we did get to all of that, Brandy. But what I'm saying is that when we initially went into it, it wasn't with any expectations of being in any kind of intimacy or anything like that. Like we legit got to know each other. Like it was a support system on both my behalf and his behalf.
He was playing with you. He was like, oh, I'm going to go to church and pray for you. Then when you got him, y'all broke up, then he like, let's keep smashing. And then when you wanted something serious, he was like, oh, wait.
Now that's my story, Keisha. Keisha, that's my story, girl. Woo!
All right, y'all, we got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on to other people, y'all.
Next topic.
Yeah, we got to move on to.
A lot of men lie about their expectations, and then they put us in the friend zone without putting us in the friend zone. Right, and so when you switch up the game on us and you're not coming over every day, that's when we know we're friend zone. Keep it real, and I would have fucked your friend. You fucking asshole. Sorry. Okay, keep it real.
Fuck his friend, Brandy, if you want to.
All right, let's get Whitney. Let's get Whitney in there. Then, matter of fact, we just had a girl, Whitney. You're gonna go right after Carlos. Okay, Carlos is normally short, so you're right after Carlos. Go ahead, Carlos.
My question is, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
What makes, particularly the ladies, what makes y'all put men in the friend zone versus ghosting?
Which would you rather? Would you rather be ghosted or friend zone? Let's talk.
Maturity. The immature.
If you were ghosted, you really ugly.
I think you may put someone in the, I don't really believe in a friend zone, me truthfully, but I think some women may put someone in the friend zone who may be a good friend, but they're not attracted to them, but they're gaining something from them. They could be gaining advice about other men. They're a cool person to be around, or they may have a lot of other friends that the woman may be able to have access to. In ghosting someone, you don't want to have nothing to do with that person. That person does not bring anything to your life and you're not interested. in building any friendship or anything with that person.
Yeah, I agree with
Mika. Be real about this. Most men are not trying to be your friend, and you know that. How they approach you, it's not as a friend. So of course you're going to get.
All right, y'all. I got 2 messages. People say I need to moderate better, and it's no disrespect to anybody. We're gonna let everybody go, but I'm gonna start hitting the mute button on folks just because we got a lot of people in the queue and they want to get heard. And it's nothing personal, y'all. But I'm about to start with the mute button. You know, if you want to talk at 10 o'clock when we end it, that's when it's just a free flow and y'all can have at it. But I gotta start hitting the mute button just for the sake of people listening. But go ahead, Whitney, you are up.
Hey guys, I'm kind of new to the group participating. I've spectated and watched the videos a couple times. All right, so Brandy, I find very comical. Like, you remind me of someone I know. You just make me laugh.
That's why she's here.
But
comic relief.
I will say, I was a bit saddened when you made the comment about, being with someone ugly.
No. See, I mentioned that to Mika, Whitney, and it wasn't. I didn't like think that out. I was just talking, and it was a bad joke.
Yeah, I got 3 sisters, and I think all their husbands is ugly.
Brandy made the comment about turning over and seeing someone ugly and not wanting to be with them. But my experience,
yes,
my experience has been that I've had some great relationships with people that I was not initially attracted to, and I find that I guess I'm just more attracted to something deeper than what I see. The feeling of being fulfilled in the ways that I need. That's just what I need. And like I said, just because my experience, most of the time, I say most of the time, a lot of the times, I was not initially attracted to them at all. But we were talking for maybe 2 months, just casually talking, and it turned into something else. And I still never thought I was going to be attracted to this person, but there was something about them. It was the thoughtfulness, their actions and things that they did that I just, went ahead and went for it. So he
now that I'm mature, I see that
I'm attracted to them because, there are other things about people that are truly more attracting than just the way they look.
So let me ask you this. So he was able to work his way out of the friend zone?
She never put him there. She just talked to him.
But did he want it more initially?
I definitely, because I worked with this person. I didn't want to do that. So it was straight up friends. And like I said, we just casually kept talking, but
Did he want more initially?
Else.
Whitney, did he want more with you initially than you wanted?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, you can't make friends with people.
I know. I feel that way too. I don't think I've met a guy who I've been able to keep as a friend.
But you did it.
But did he ever get the draws?
Yes. Yes.
All right, then. So he got his way out the friend zone. He talked his way out of the friend zone. And when is the wedding?
There is no wedding.
Oh, so you're in his friend zone now?
We don't even know she's now.
All right, y'all. Let me just say this. Just a quick word of caution about putting the guy in a friend zone and eventually letting him out of the friend zone. Just for me, I was in a woman's friend zone when I first moved to Atlanta about 7 years ago. And it was cool. I don't do the friend zone. I don't hang out in the friend zone anymore. But once I was able to get out of the friend zone, I resented her for putting me in the friend zone in the first place. So I think it can be it's a hairy situation when you put a guy in a friend zone and then you eventually let him out. Because some guys can be vindictive and be a little perturbed, especially, because during this time when I was in this woman's friend zone, there was another guy that she was with. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, what was so good about, you know what I mean? So it's like a resentment.
That part.
But let me ask you, Whitney, so you've been listening for a while, Whitney. This is your first time talk?
Like the past 2 sessions you've had.
Okay, cool. Well, how you've been enjoying them so far, or what you've been thinking? You can be honest.
I appreciate the dialogue and the conversations and the comments, on the meetup page and everything. So it's good to get other perspectives.
There you go. Well, welcome. Hopefully you join us again. Mm-hmm. All right, Ashton, you're up.
Awesome. Okay. I've heard a lot about all men want to do is have sex. What y'all expect us to do?
You know that is.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know why that's like such a big thing. Like, there ain't no part of the male equation that exists where sex is not going to be on the subject matter. Like, I just don't understand why that's like oh my God, they just want to have sex with me. I don't get it. But the overall thing is that I've noticed when it comes to men and women, first we got to establish what a friendship is. Like a friendship is like a mutually beneficial relationship because you can have work friends, you can have friends at the house, you can have friends in your friend group, all of that. But I've been on both sides of the fence when it comes to friend zone. Me myself, I friend zone quite a few girls. Reason why I did it wasn't because I wasn't attracted to them, it was because they weren't long-term material and I already started caring about them too much too soon. So like, I started just kind of do, the sis, that type of stuff. And, they still do the buddy, friend, all the other stuff, trying to give the indication signals. And, you kind of got to be mean and, just kind of ignore it. But it is what it is. But my whole overall thing is about the friend zone is like, it depends on what y'all friends for, because if there's mutual attraction involved, then, it's y'all adults, y'all should be able to handle that. But if you all know for a fact the other person wants to do something, odds are you shouldn't be in the friend zone to begin with. That just is a toxic situation because you're kind of manipulating the other person, knowing you just giving them just a little bit to give them a little hope. You continue to drag them along, and then one day you either gonna give them the shot, and then like people been saying, they're gonna be resentful, or you're then gonna go and be like, oops, I actually like this person now, or you're just gonna toss them, one of the two.
All right, there you go, Ashton. Thank you for weighing in. We just had a guy. We're going to go to a lady. Gina, you're up, and we're going to get to you, Tyler, after Gina. Go ahead, Gina. Gina, you still with us? She must be having complications. So we're going to put a pause on Gina, and Tyler, you're up.
All right. So I heard a lot. I mean, y'all wow. But as far as friend zones go, I've been on both sides where I've been friend zoned and where I friend zoned. And as far as with the sex goes, so that's a very good topic. As far as sex, like for me, at least for me, like I got to feel like an energy or a vibe. Of course, sex is always going to be on the table regardless. I mean, we are humans at the end of the day, but for me, like, I gotta catch like a vibe with you, and I'm perfectly fine with the friend zone because shit, 9 out of 10, some girl, especially in Atlanta, they're crazy out here. So I mean, I'm grateful being in the friend zone, shit. But at the same time, while I'm in the friend zone, I'm just kind of catching the vibe, seeing how you are, how you even treat the dude that you claim that you interested in, And I try to get an understanding of that. And then when I'm finally out the friend zone, then I might decide, okay, should I dog her or not? But most times, as far as with friend zones go, I mean, I don't ever see a problem with being in the friend zone. As far as with me putting girls in the friend zone, I put girls in friend zones for plenty of reasons. Some seem like they all nice and innocent at the very beginning, but as you start getting to know them, they start acting a little crazy, a little possessive, a little aggressive, wanting to know where you at, who you with.
Progressive and aggressive tastes just like chicken.
I hear ask for my mama's number. Like, ma'am, I just met you for one for 1 month. How you trying to get my mom's number?
All right, thank you, Tyler. We got Tyler weigh in. Gina, you are up. You're still on mute.
I got it off mute now. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so 2 things. I do not think that men and women can be friends if they are attracted to each other. I thought that I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm 47. And I used to believe men just wanted to be my friends. And it was dudes that I thought like were like my brothers, like so close to them. But as soon as like I was single or they got a shot, they tried to fuck. Like it was even shocking to me. But I was friends with them because I wasn't attracted to them. So the friendship was about like giving perspective from men and women's sides, and like we would do things for each other, but I never went in. And most of them, I met them and their partner while we were friends. And so I'm not going to be friends with your mate and then turn around and screw you later. That's weird. Like if you're married and then you try to screw me even after you're not married anymore, that's weird. I know her, like, and I wouldn't go there. But I think the reason why I have had a situation, I married my friend zone and he was very resentful. When we were just friends, I had a boyfriend, so we were just friends, and he was like, oh, I'm just gonna be here for you and we're just cool. And he took all the information that I shared with him about like the things that went wrong in the relationship, and he later used it against me whenever he would do something I didn't like. He'd be like, well, you let old boy do such and such, or you let old boy do such and such. And we ended up getting married because after I was single, he like swooped in when I was like down and on a rebound, and I got pregnant within like the first 2 months. And he was like, you need to marry me because I'm the only one that's going to be there for you like that. I'm your friend and I've always been in love with you. And I told him I was never in love with him. And he was like, oh, you'll grow to love me. And of course I didn't. And then he was very resentful and he became abusive. I'm not saying that happens in all situations, but he was quite resentful.
Yes.
And then I feel like the reason why I have friend zoned people is not because I think there's two things. Like you can find someone attractive and not want to screw them. I think women can. I don't know if men are capable of doing that.
I can't either. I don't know.
I can't. So I can find someone attractive. He doesn't have to be ugly, but he just might not. Because I know, like scientifically, they say within, I think it's under 7 seconds, your brain decides whether someone would be a good sexual partner for you based on like their dimensions. Like you would have a healthy baby with that person. I personally have never been talked into sex with someone that I didn't know that I would give some to. Maybe I didn't give him any because when I met him, it was different, but like I would do it. And it wasn't about like, were they so cute or were they so tall? My dude is not tall. He's like 5'6". He's my same height. So it wasn't about the height. It was really about just the way they carried themselves. None of my dudes look the same. So it's just like, whatever was attractive at that point in time. But I feel like the guys that I have friend zoned, it was a situation where they're monolithic in a way. So my daddy used to say, it's nothing sliced so thin that it doesn't have two sides. So you might have this dude that's a good guy, but I don't want to be bored. And I'm not saying you have to mistreat someone to not be bored, but there had like the same way men say I want a freak in the streets and I want a lady in the streets and a freak in the bed. That's because that's a dichotomy. It's two things at once. So I want a dude that can read a book, but also make me laugh until I almost pee myself. Like I want a dude that is like, I want a dude that is stable and safe, but I also want to go on an adventure sometime. Can we go zip lining? Can we do like a spur of the moment trip? And I think a lot of times when I have friend zone people, it's because they only showed me one side of them. So and also they were, I don't like using the word thirsty, but they wanted
30 more seconds, Gina, 30 more seconds.
They wanted me so badly that it just wasn't attractive. So that's my friend zone.
All right,
story.
Thank you, Gina. Gina was at the game night. It was good to see Gina in person. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I had a great time. It was nice meeting everybody.
It was a good time. Yeah. I don't trust this guy, this women having men friends. And I kind of made a comment that I started getting chopping. I wouldn't trust my lady, my most intimate romantic partner to be friends with any guy in this chat. Not even my best friend, Marco, who's here. You're not, and we're talking about friends, we're talking about.
That say they're your friend, they trash talk your dude. If they want to, they never like talk up on your dude's side.
That's what, it's like, I wouldn't even trust my best friend, Marco, to do it. So it's the only guy that came through these conversations that I can trust to be a friend, that I feel like I can reasonably trust to be a friend, was a brother Ike who used to come through. I'm good at sizing up guys. Box. I can be my woman's friend because I don't think he'll do anything. Well, whatever you want to call him, but I can trust him. He's the only guy who I can just look at and say, okay, you cool being friends with my lady. But all the other guys, no, I just know male nature for the most part. All right, Monique is up.
Would you trust your lady with your siblings? Because that's something that's come up in my family.
Oh.
And it burnt my damn biscuits.
Oh, that's a whole other topic. You talking about family?
Ooh, we need to have that topic because I'd be like, well, F y'all, you know what I'm saying? In a heartbeat. Okay.
I would trust with personally with my siblings, but every family's different. We're gonna let Monique get in there. Go ahead, Monique.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just first of all I want to say that y'all are cracking me up. The chat, the conversation, all that. This is my first time getting on camera and participating. But what I wanted to say was, like, first of all, real friends versus friend zoning people. I think those two situations kind of go differently. So if you have a person that is your real friend of the opposite sex, like, there's benefits to having a friend of the opposite sex to give you a different perspective than you might not get from your friends of the same sex. But as far as putting people in a friend zone and trying to take them out, no. You put them in the friend zone for a reason. You need to trust your instinct and just leave them there and leave it at that, because all this conversation about the person wanting to have sex, that's where it comes from, is like, you really aren't real friends. You put them in the zone for a reason. You crossing lines, you crossing boundaries, and it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm. I agree completely. And God forbid you let him out and, he comes out on a mission. He's mad at that point because he's like, why was I in the friend zone?
Something real quick? Is that possible?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so if we're all talking about just dating with intention, we got to understand that this is going to be a lonely road that you're going to go. These friends that you guys used to have, that you were intimate with or had dating relationships with, that's not a friend. We got to straight cut that off if we're dating with intention. And that's the way it's going to have to be. You can't have those people in your life, because when you meet that right person, all those other people, those fake friends, are going to be interference, and they're always going to constantly interfere in the relationship that you're trying to build. Now, if you want to have a child, you want to have a marriage, you want to have a nuclear family, which is the mission statement of what we all want, you can't have that interference there. And you got to cut those people off and just start focusing in on this individual and making it a healthy relationship. Your day ones are going to be there. They're going to help you. They're going to promote you. They're going to do things to get you to the goal of having a family. But these fake friends are going to do everything they possibly can to interfere and try to get into the relationship, which is toxic. And I think that's when
I agree completely. I agree completely. You was lighting it up in the comments, so I agree completely. Monique, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Oh, no, that was all.
Okay, we're going to go to Jay. I don't know if Mika, we would have got to you after Jay, but we're going to go Jay, and then we'll go. We haven't heard from Paul yet. We'll go Jay, Paul, Bacchus.
My check.
We haven't heard from D yet either. So all right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Mic check. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yep, we got you.
So first of all, let's everyone admit that we're using the people in our friend zone. We're using them for attention. We're definitely using them for sex. If it's a guy friend zone, you have them there because you don't want to give them away to no one else. And you pretty much have them trapped there as a just in case. If I want to, I could always hit this person up. If I want to go on a date and I'm bored, I can hit this person up. I don't want to be with them like that, but they're useful for things. They're handymen, to be honest with you.
My friends are broke.
Gina, I'm not coming at you, but your testimony was scary. I don't want, like Cardo said, like
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that again.
Your testimony was scary. The way that you talk about that guy that you married was disheartening. And I'm saying, like what Cardo was talking about earlier about men not being in that friend zone. That's what can happen to you. That should be like a scared straight for you, because
it definitely was. I knew then, like, I wasn't gonna let anybody.
Let me wrap this up. Let me wrap this up. I'm real quick and real poignant. Let me wrap this up.
I had to mute you, Gina. Jay's trying to finish his point. I had to mute you, Gina. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, because it's like Cardo agreed. Men should not let that happen to them. Don't let any woman have you in the friend zone while she having fun with her. To me, it sounds like a bad boy syndrome. He said things about excitement, and you don't want to be the person that's just safe all the time. And then when they're done, getting that excitement out, then it could come to you because you're safe. I could build a family with you because you're safe. So I don't think any men should ever, aspire to be like that. And Carter, this is a question for you. You said you felt a little resentful after being out the friend zone. Is this prior to having sex or after you having sex? My last thing. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, this was after I had got out the friend zone.
Females don't friend zone people we sex.
Hold on,
It's
Brandy.
already friends with benefits.
Hold on, Brandy. This was after I got out the friend zone and after I had sex, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe I just had a moment of clarity afterwards.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm just being.
This was it. This was I waited.
I waited 6 months for that shit.
No, it won't on that. But it was just kind of like, man, come on.
Nobody heard that shit before.
You just get a little perturbed.
One last thing. I do think men and women could be platonic friends. I am lucky to have a lot of female friends. I have female friends sleep over in my bed, no issues. Some of them are attractive, and I just really want what's best for them. And if I look at them like they're my sister, I don't ever.
Hold on, repeat what you just said again. You said you have a lot of female friends and they're sleeping.
I have. You said about people being platonic friends, men and women being platonic friends. I believe men and women can be platonic friends, and I have platonic female friends that I'm attracted to that can literally sleep on my bed, and I would not touch them at all. It would always be on some, cis level, nothing sexual.
I don't believe it. That's because
why?
He's recruiting right now. He's recruiting women right now. I got you.
And we don't believe this nigga.
He's recruiting.
It's funny
right now.
because when women say I have friends in my friend zone, I'm also thinking like, hey, that could be me. Like that's the person that you come to and you talk to, and I'm like, that guy, you may not want your significant other to have a friend zone guy like me. Like you may not want that, but I do believe you.
My fam, like Jesus, he is definitely not one.
I just said dating with intentions.
Listen.
Where's Kanye West when you need him?
My last thing. I know for me and the women that are attractive and stuff like that. If I'm dating somebody, we can't hang out no more. Like we're not going to the movies. You're not coming over to the crib. Like there's a boundary that you can't pass. Like, like I think you guys are talking about not giving up your male friends for your new prospect. And I'm like, how could you not do that? If it's up to me, she's gone. Like, hey, head bitch in charge is here. Like, you got to skedaddle, go somewhere. I hit you up if things don't work out, but you got to go. We can't hang out no more. You can't come to the crib. You can't call me after 11 o'clock. Like, like that's just how I roll. So I'm gonna wrap it like that.
All right, there you
cut
go.
him off cold turkey.
Jay was doing some recruiting here, talking some he had females in his bed and nothing's gonna happen. It's platonic. He's that guy friend. We're gonna go to D because she's the only one who hasn't spoke yet. Then we're gonna go to Bacchus, and then we'll go in order from there because D hasn't weighed in yet. So we'll let D jump the line. Go ahead, D.
Hi, excuse my hair. I'm on protection mode right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so Kai and Jay sparked something in me. So I have this friend. We've known each other 15, 16. He's on this chat as we speak, but we're not going to say these names. We have been friends 15, 16. We dated while we were younger, lost touch. Let's speed up. We're in our adult life. We ran into each other. Some things happened. It didn't work out. In a relationship, almost 4 years. My relationship began to crumble because I started talking to what was my friend. He no longer was an ex or someone I had been with. He became the friend again. But my bae doesn't like that. Okay, so let me get to the point. I have an issue with not being able to talk to my friend. He is a friend, but the bae doesn't like it. So I always cut off the friend. The friend is so like, he's always okay with it, but I feel bad for it because anytime I need a friend, he is there for me. So I'm always caught up in the, what am I supposed to do? Now, listening to Kai, it's a ding, ding, ding situation for me. Yes, I have had a relationship with this person. He is a friend. However, it messes up my base situation. So I just don't know what to do.
I'm gonna say this. So we did the whole Steve Harvey test. Now this friend of yours, he's here in the chat. Maybe he can text you on the
no. I already know his answers. That's how long we've been friends.
Oh, so you are so his answer's no. His answer's no to those?
I would already know his answer.
But are they no? Is his answers no?
His answer will always be whatever I'm down for. He's gonna be down.
Gosh, D.
But we're friends. friends.
No, D. That's extremely problematic.
She was intimate, so that messes it up. So she cannot have him as a friend.
See, y'all. So this is why we're having this conversation, because this is where men and women where we need
we
to
can't
come
be a
to
little
an
sloppy with it. We got to be firm on our fucking feet, y'all. Like right below us.
I will say, like with old boy that I was talking about, D, that's what the issue was, and that's why I had to cut him off, because regardless of the fact of us like going back into this friend zone or whatever, it was still inappropriate conversations going on. And then somebody made the comment in regards to like being around the other person's significant other or being friends with the wife and everything. Like, I can't sit and be honest or be in front of your significant other knowing that we've slept together or whatever. And I know that that's gonna possess a issue.
I like it.
So I'm like, I know that's gonna cause an issue or whatever you want to call it. I think that a lot of times men consider it as an insecurity when a woman says, I don't want you to have female friends. But like, even with that Ja was talking about, you cut the people off and so forth. That's a boundary that you set in your relationship. It's all about boundaries at this point. But I had to let old boy go. And I don't know who your friend is, but being as though y'all have slept together, it's probably gonna always be an issue for whoever you're with.
Hold on, and why should hold on. So we're gonna because everybody's kind of weighed in, we're gonna end the recording in a few minutes, y'all. I think everybody's pretty much weighed in, and we're just gonna open it up and we'll have a free fall. But I just want to say that, you know, a lot of this I'm glad we had this conversation, because we heard something there, and D was honest, and Nika was honest, and they talked about, you know, they're wanting to keep their male friends, and guys are more or less saying, look, we need to get these male friends, kind of need to go, because we know what it is. It's problematic trying to form a relationship with someone, and then the woman you're with has another man who's just there. Yeah, he's gonna, you know, he can hang out for a while. He can be okay waiting until something may possibly happen with the relationship. But in the back of his mind, the whole time, he just wants to have some. So we gotta come to some kind of understanding about this, because this male friend thing, I know y'all have years between y'all, D, but if you're trying to have like something serious with another person, it's just not a good feeling. We're gonna let Bacchus close us out for the evening. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say one word after Bacchus, and then Bacchus is gonna have the last word. Then we're gonna stop the recording. Well, we'll let Brandy have the last word after Bacchus. Go ahead, Bacchus.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long last word.
Because Bacchus is about to say something to infuriate me.
So I'm just going to look at a man's point of view here. Shut up, Bama. I'm going to look at a man's point of view here. It's like, it's really hard for a man to be, you know, at the wedding with you that he married, and you got your people, I got my people, and one of your homeboys over there, you smashed that dude, you smashed you, all these dudes smashed you, and I'm the one wifing you. Brandy, oh, God damn it. Well, I swear, don't make me call your daddy. Anyway, let me just go on. The other thing that sucks too is that you like a brother to me. That's worse than friend zone, man. You might as well just go ahead and delete that chick, and she start calling you like a brother, like a cousin, like, I just met you 2 days ago. Nah, it's done and over with. Second of all, Jay a hub. Don't let Jay fool you, all right? For Halloween, I'm gonna get a Jay mask, and I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna holler at all these girls. I'm gonna be in their bed, and you know what happened in the morning? They're gonna wake up with something back. That's all I gotta say about that. Jay, you my man. I rocks with you. You dig? Holler at your boy. Next time you have a slumber party, I'm gonna be right there. I got the liquor on deck. And so for Gina, baby, you awesome, but you gotta do one thing. You gotta stop freaking capping. You gotta stop lying, telling people you 47. You know, goddamn well you like 29. All right. So stop with the BS. All right. Stop trying to get that AARP. I'm gonna blow your spot up. All right. And for you, Gina,
I have AARP because you can get AARP if you're 18.
Damn. Write that shit down.
Older
You're gonna sign up for it. One last thing is, so what you were saying, Gina, like that was like don't take that for everybody. I'm sorry that went through with you, but let me take it. I've been that dude. I ain't gonna lie. I've been that dude. And it's very hard for me to be your friend for all these years and see you do this for Jamarquavius and all his boys. And when we finally get together, you ain't doing that. So you did a threesome for that nigga, but I can't get a threesome. You cook dinner for that dude, but I can't get that. Now that you do it.
Becca, you need to back all the way back up, back all the way back down.
Damn it, Brandy.
Now it's going back
Brandy.
to the insecurities about who.
Look here, woman. Ooh, girl, I'm gonna tell you one more again. I'm telling you, I know you.
I got a conversation mode. Let's go.
Don't. Lord Jesus.
Marcus, put that up. She might like this.
I know, right? She do. She used to like the gag ball and everything with it. But look, I just got saved last week. I'm trying to start over again.
Wrap it up, Marcus. Wrap it up.
Jesus Christ.
So all in all, ladies, from a guy's point of view, straight up, off top, when we first meet you, if we're attracted to you, we trying to rock with you. If it ain't business, we trying to get down. We trying to get in them draws. After seeing how you roll and how we roll together, then it might be something different. But let's not waste each other's time, or let's not use each other. And any dude will let you know straight up. Like me, I don't know, if you put me in a friend zone, I'll be like, yo, I ain't trying to be a friend. I'm trying to fuck you. So good luck. And I'm gonna try to holler at your cousin or your best friend. But that's just me. That's just how B rolls.
All right, Brandy gonna get the last word before we end the
I
recording.
do appreciate that. And Bacchus, you really should keep it real on your expectations and what you say. And all too many times have I been that female on the side who was like, listen, this is what I'm looking for. And they're looking at my tits and they're like, oh, well, I know what you want. No, you don't, obviously, because you're disappointing the hell out of me after the fact. So to keep it real, though, because I've been on those single female trips where you meet a whole bunch of people and you meet the wrong kind of people. Keep your intentions real. Don't put your pussy on a plate. Not everybody's honest in their expectations or what they want, but I do feel that women are more likely to friend zone you and not fuck you versus the men. Men, if you friend a man, just expect that you can call him up at any time to come and eat the pussy or to come fuck around. And that's just keeping it real. They have no limitations. They might fuck your mama. Like, it has no limitations, okay? So just put it in perspective. Who's this dude right here looking like the baby? Oh, Will, that's you talking all that shit. Okay, well, anyways, to put it in perspective, I think women definitely have a lot more perspective when it comes to friend zone and men, and it's for a reason.
All right, that was Brandy. Last word. Next conversation is going to be March 6th, I think. I think either March 6th or March 3rd. We're reading this book, Love and Respect. Go ahead and buy it on Amazon. It's going to be a good conversation. This is a great book. Probably not going to do the same numbers, but if y'all do want to make the conversation, go ahead and read this book so y'all can participate in the actual conversation.
Can you give us some chapters that are important?
It's on Audible too if y'all don't want to read it.
That's right. I'm asking about that Audible, Gina. Is there some chapters that we need to hit on for free?
All of them are
Audible. It's only about 5 hours on Audible.
All right, that's it for the recording. I'm going to open up and y'all are going to have edit. Thanks everybody for coming out.